Hello, I'm Robin Smith and I'm coming to you from a beautiful hot springs resort in Costa Rica where I just landed last night. And I'm sighing and resting into it, and I'm coming to you to speak about pulsation because that's what I've been experiencing, and I bet that you could benefit from what I've been learning for myself. So here's the deal. Everybody has a natural pulsation, a pulse in and a pulse out. We contract in to connect to ourselves, to take some space, to rest and restore. And we expand back out when we want to connect to others, to do our work in the world, to explore and learn. So it's a normal and healthy thing to have an inner and an outer contraction or an expansion, an inner contraction and an outer expansion. And it's the pulse of life. And in yoga, we call it spanda, which means pulsation. And so this is normal. We have the pulsation of the day, right? The contraction, you could say, of nighttime, where we turn in, we get quiet, we sleep, and then the expansion of the daytime, where we're more active and our energy goes more out. And so we want to have a normal rhythm for ourselves and find what that is for us uniquely, because everyone's different. So if you know the terms introversion and extroversion, it's kind of like that, where some people are more introverted, and this means that they require solo time, quiet time in order to rejuvenate themselves. And extroverted people actually rejuvenate more with connection with others, with activity, with conversation. And so there's nothing right or wrong with either of those. We're just different. And so the trick is in our relationships when we have different pulsations and different needs at different times, or all the time. So for example, in some relationships, I actually coached someone who was having some challenges because when she would get home, when her husband would get home and she was home all day with the kids or doing projects at home, she wanted to connect, she wanted to talk about what was going on and get his help with something. And he was like, I've walked in the door, I've just had an intense day, I've worked my butt off, I've been with people all day, and the last thing I want to do right now is talk more with you or have to do a project, because he just needed to turn in and contract. So I hope that makes sense. And what she needed to get was that it wasn't at all personal towards her. She needed to really understand that it was just him and his own rhythm that he needed to honor. Because if he didn't honor it, what was going to happen is there was going to be more tension between them. They would have an argument. He would be testy. He would be frustrated or angry. But when he could honor his rhythm and say, great, I'd love to connect with you, but I just need a half hour or an hour to myself to do what I need to do for me, and then I'll be able to come back out and connect with you. That worked so much better for their relationship. So raise a hand if for you that would make sense in your relationship too. Maybe you're the one who needs that rest at the end of the day, or maybe you need to honor that in your partner. So for myself, a quick example of just my own finding my rhythms is that as many of you know in this group, were seeing me every day coming into the Facebook group on video giving a teaching. And we had our Rock Your Relationship Communication training. And I loved every minute of it. I love being out there with you. I love sharing. I love the interactions with you, the learning that happens. And then many of you got on a one-on-one with me, and we had these deep conversations, and it was powerful and transformative. And for me, I love that stuff. And at a certain point, I went, I need a break, because I was putting energy out, energy out, energy out, and not only in front of the scenes, but behind the scenes. So I needed to pull back and just get off of social media, get off of the camera, and go inward. And that's part of what I'm doing now at the hot springs, is taking some time with my husband to reconnect to him, to restore and rejuvenate myself. So this is a personal rhythm, and everybody might look different. Somebody else might have had less tolerance to do like 10 days and might have needed to do 3 days before taking a rest. Someone else could have kept going for a month. So we each have to tune into what is our own unique rhythm and learn how to best honor that. Whether it's I need a hot springs retreat, or whether it's I need, to take a bath every night, or whether it's I need to sleep for 12 hours a day, or whatever it might be. everybody needs to find what is it for you that's going to help you rejuvenate. Some people need to rejuvenate with people, like I was saying. Some people need to rejuvenate alone. But what's important is that if you don't honor that, there's going to be some repercussions. You're going to be frustrated, you're going to be testy, you're going to be more perhaps confrontational, because you're not honoring you. And so it's so important in our relationships to honor ourselves first, because we can't be totally present and engaged and loving in the ways we'd like to be in our relationships if we haven't met our own needs first. And we can't always get those needs met within our relationship. So excuse the background noise. I'm outside, obviously. There's lawnmowers going, there's other things happening. So, but hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully this is making sense. And please let me know if you have any comments or questions. Put a comment below, and I'd love to hear from you. And I'm just going to keep it simple like that for now. I'm going to get back to my retreat time, and I look forward to seeing you next week for our weekly Thursday evening training. And as you may have noticed, I've moved the time to 5:30 p.m. Pacific, right here in the Rock Your Relationships Sisterhood Facebook group, or some of you may be watching me later on YouTube. And wherever you are, say hello, let me know where you're from, and please let me know if you have any comments or questions, and I will definitely come back and respond. And if you are interested in getting more support in your relationship, definitely reach out. I'm going to put a link below where you can sign up for a one-on-one with me and get my free one-on-one support to look at where you want to be in your relationship and where you are now, and how we can close that gap so you can be thriving in the way you most want to be, whether you're in a relationship or in between relationships, or you simply want to thrive more in your relationship with your mother or your kids or whatever it might be. Thanks so much for being here and watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.